Hello everybody. So this is a special occasion for me today. The heat here in the valley where I live is unbearable. Honestly, but it's the way it is. Poor people in Maui. Let's say a prayer for those people over there and everyone else that's suffering through these wildfires. All the animals, the people. I read where one man, a 68-year-old man, died saving in Maui, Lahaina, trying to save his neighbor's dog. I hope that his lab, his golden retriever, because I'm going to do something that's really special for me in a minute, I wanted to take time out for a second and pray for all those people. No matter what kind of God you believe in, or spirit, or not at all, let's just hope that they do the best they can. And under the difficult circumstances of all these wildfires all over the place. And here where I live, it's been over 100 several days. And in Canada, where I teach somebody, they couldn't breathe, they had to cancel a lesson. But anyway, so we pray for them for just take a moment. Just hope these people are doing all right. Well, now, I've been waiting for a special day to open up a package that Jim Hawkins, also known as Jem, or Jem, also known as Jim Hawkins, very generous man in the harmonica community, gave me 3 harmonicas in April. The 2 Jonbergs, which I demonstrated the G Jonberg, or C her Jonberg, and I have to say, the good news is you can take them apart and clean them, and I think it's fairly easy to fix, unless you're a klutz like me, where they're always going to be hard to fix, mechanically a klutz. And because I have to say that both harmonicas had problems, the top note in the C and several notes on the G, and they're very expensive. But he also sent me, I always pronounce this wrong, an ARKIA harmonica. I'm going to open it right now, open this package. I've been waiting for the right time. It's supposed to be a very hot, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but I'll find out in a second. So, I gotta open up this package. Bear with me. I've heard nothing but great things. This is like the, there's 2 kinds. There's the signature, that's the top of the line, and then there's this other kind Jim sent me, which is just great and generous. It's just fine with me. It's not quite as hot as the top line, but it's a very expensive harmonica. However, they say it's reasonably priced, and it's supposed to be really great. Dirty Pat told me it's ARKIA, and here's a bunch of stuff about it. The airtight harp. Let's see what it says. What did I drop here about it? Okay. Let's see, let's try out, this is all about in French, but I do speak a little French, but I won't bother you with that. So, it says, you have just acquired an ARKIA harmonica, a new French brand of diatonic harmonicas. It is called the Origin. The brand's goal is to offer instruments with significantly improved playability. To achieve this, we want to better manage the sealing of the instrument and the airflow inside the chambers. Regarding the airtightness, the comb has been specifically designed to solve an endemic problem of diatonic harmonicas, to structurally eliminate the air leakage between the comb and the plates. Concerning the airflow, the ARKIA models are equipped with a reed stabilization system named RSS, unique in the world, whose objective is to compact the flow entering or leaving the instrument for an optimal reed reactivity, whatever the note played. The first part of the RSS resides in the comb, including flaps, which control the flow of air near the draw reeds. I'm already lost. Moreover, for the first time on a harmonica, each chamber has been individually optimized to improve the playability of each note for a given reed slot. The second part consists of a plate with lugs added over the blow reeds to control the airflow close to them, ACP technology airflow control plate. All the ARKIA innovations have been patented internationally. Comb with flaps, air redirection ramp, additional plate, stabilization, and compression lugs, differentiation of chambers, differentiation of chamber ends, flexibility on the outside of the cone, etc. All our ideas and their contributions have been validated by institutes in charge of patents. Let's see, and here is a, if I can, if it'll show up, let's see, does that show up? I couldn't move it around. So that's the picture of the thing, all broken up. Okay, then it says, if the RSS system is very efficient when triggering bent notes, it was expressly designed to greatly facilitate the triggering of overblows and overdraws, which I don't know how to do, by the way, especially overdraws, never done them. Overblows, have tried and hoping to learn how to do them better. However, I maybe do them and I don't even know I'm doing them. Okay, now it is in the use of the overblow technique, which is very widespread today and whose efficiency depends on both the player and the instrument design, that the harmonicist will take the full measure of his ARKIA airtightness and reliability. A better airtightness and airflow management will allow you to control more precisely how each reed reacts, develop your playing finesse with your ARKIA. All the subtle variations of attack, release, and tone are at your disposal. Okay, so, yes, going on. Any product that has not been imported into a country in its final state can claim to be manufactured in this country. Let us move beyond this confusing concept, that's a great idea, and go into detail to remain totally transparent. The reed stabilizing system consists of the air control comb and air control plate, is imagined, designed, and manufactured in France by ARKIA, A-R-K-I-A. The ARKIA Origin model uses reed plates and covers made by the Chinese brand Kongsheng, K-O-N-G-S-H-E-N-G. The ARKIA Signature model uses reed plates made by the German brand Honor. The whole is assembled, prepared, and adjusted in France by ARKIA. ARKIA harmonicas are marketed and sold by Alien Beats Records, a French music label. You know everything. Directions for use. Disassembly. If you have to disassemble, we advise you to tighten the screws on these. Well, I won't get into all that stuff, but I will say, for the maintenance, covers and reed plates, brush the covers and reed plates with a soft brush, such as toothbrush in hot water, with a drop of washing up liquid. For the reeds, make sure to brush gently in the direction of the reed, starting from the rivet and working towards the end of the reed. Dry gently with paper towels. Comb, put the comb in hot water, just possibly with a drop of washing up liquid. Okay, the thing is that, let's see, playing tips. Your ARKIA was designed by and for harmonic. Lord have mercy. My mom was a speech therapist. She'd be saying, you gotta say that word right. Okay. Harmonicists. Your ARKIA was designed by and for harmonicists. That's us. It has been developed over a long period of time to give you an incomparable, out-of-the-box playing experience. It has been settled to allow you to easily produce bends and overnotes. All you have to do is play and explore its possibilities. Like all wind instruments, the harmonica is played by using the entire air column to blow and draw. This is achieved by inflating the belly when you breathe in and retracting it when you blow out without forcing. This is particularly true for ARKIA harmonicas, which would be more sensitive to playing with too much force or too much using the throat instead of the whole air column. Do not inflate the cheeks when you blow, like a horn. When you blow, do not draw with the throat when you inhale, and try as much as possible to play bends and overnotes only by changing the position of your tongue without using the jaw, which remains almost closed. By doing so, you'll extend the life of your harmonicas, and your playing will be more accurate and more fluid. It's amazing that that some people have really discovered all these little tiny, details to make someone's playing sound better. I mean, honestly, I couldn't have written any of that stuff. I've just played over the years by just trying to play, and listening to people and musicians and playing with other people. And let's see if there's anything here. Okay, well, I think it's time to get into the harmonica itself. So, Jem sent me this wonderful thing by way of France, and I've never had a harmonica quite as good as this is supposed to be. I didn't ever get the Meister class. Here's another. Votre harmonica a fait l'objet de toute notre attention. Il est passé notre contrôle final, bien sûr. Okay, whatever. Sir, vous avez des questions, des remarques, vous pouvez souhaiter and savoir plus. Ne hésitez pas à contact us. Okay, so here's what the thing looks like on, again, the whole thing put together on this cardboard, this cool cardboard piece here. He sent me a lot of nice things. So let's see. Okay, the magic moment's about to arrive. And here's the box that came in, by the way. And this, again, was all the way back in the end of April, and I have just waited for the moment. And it's the hottest day, one of the hottest days ever here. And since it's such a hot harmonica, I figured this is the day to do it. Here we have the case. I asked Jim to send me an A harmonica, and that's cool. Now, my intention soon is to get the much, much cheaper East Top. I think they're East Top. 008K, and I've heard nothing but really good things, and they're like about a quarter of the price, maybe a third of the price of these. Definitely even less, maybe 20% of the price of the signature model of these. But you know, when people have been playing a while and they want the best, you know, I don't think this type of harmonica is necessary for a beginner. I mean, if you have the money, I suppose it could be, but it's not necessary. Now, you don't want to get some cheap harmonica as a beginner. You want to get something decent. And I think what I've heard of those East Top harmonicas, which are far less expensive, can be a good buy for some years. And then when you get into playing more and more and you have the money, well, then you should get what you want to get. And if that's what you want to get, and these harmonicas sound... Well, in fact, Dirty Pat, my friend Dirty Pat, he told me that the harmonica that Jim sent him is an F sharp from ARKIA. It's the best harmonica he's ever played in his life. That's saying something after about 30 years of playing, or 40 years. So, anyway, here we have... You're a parrot in the background walking. Okay, here is the way the case looks. Like that. Now, press the button here. Wow. It's got a cool little black little cover thing, little soft cloth cover with the name, see? On it. Sorry. I hear not a harmonica, I hear a parrot walking underneath the couch because the lights are on and he wants to go someplace where it's dark. So, now I take it out. Okay, here we have again. That's what it looks like in the case. It says ARKIA Origin. Okay, now where does it say? And that's, okay, that's the front of it like that. It's the back of it. It's the side. Now, where does it say what key it is? Oh, right there. It says A. Alright. Now, obviously, the most common position most of us play in is cross harp. Okay, now the reeds are... I have always preferred wooden reeds, but these reeds aren't wooden. They're plastic, and I guess I'm going to have to get used to that if I get those East Tops. But... maybe it doesn't matter so much. I don't know. I think the crossovers are bamboo. But I've always liked the wooden reeds from Horner. I've always preferred marine band. Straight up marine bands. But I am grateful for this instrument. Now let's see what it sounds like. I'm just going to do a simple... Now, I haven't played harmonica all day. This is the first time I touched it, so I'm a bit clumsy. First time I touched it today. Sounds pretty good. Let's see. Now again, this is the Origin model. The Signature model is the more expensive one, and they're over $100, and I believe the Origin is around $80. You can look it up on ARKIA, A-R-K-I-A. But now I'll tell you, bending those 3, 4, you get 4 notes in the third draw. Well, that's like magic. That's supposed to be some kind of overblow. The overblows are cool because you get that flatted third. And I don't know really how to apply it in my playing yet. But someday I'll learn how to do it better. But okay, first clogged note, let's see. It's probably because I have too much saliva in my mouth. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's the typical. Or, well, that's okay. Okay, that's using the pentatonic A, B, C sharp pentatonic major scale. Seems like it plays really okay, so that's my problem with my facing down with the harmonica like that, where I should be playing. more cloud notes here. That's probably just me. It's still strange to play an instrument without the wooden reeds, for sure, for me anyway. Now I'm missing some teeth, so that's why I have problems with this. Too much saliva. I have to work on these mid-range bends. It's frustrating though, the clogged notes. I mean, so that's like any other harmonica. So I have to just try to come up with a better style of playing myself to avoid some of that stuff. Anyway, you can hear the harmonica's got a lot going on. It's got great response. probably better than any other instrument that I've taken directly out of the box and played. And it should, for the money it costs. I don't quite know. Of course, it varies from country to country, I guess. Because I understand harmonicas are, like a guy in Russia, a person that's following me, told me that I guess they're much cheaper there. Just depends on the, I guess, the economy or whatever. But anyway, here in the States, they're expensive. Marine bands are these days. And this is a very expensive, the Origin, like over $80. But maybe that's not that much more expensive than the Marine band. And for what you get, for me, overblows I know are could be really important if I was out there playing gigs. I want to develop different kinds of songs and stuff, and probably even to teach. But I know that after years of playing, I've gotten by, without them, or accidentally blowing them, or overdraws. I mean, if I blow the fourth note straight, and then I add something like, anyway, there are all kinds of different little things you can do without worrying about that. Moving your lips and your airflow. Which aren't going to be called technically overblows or anything else. They're just going to be an effect you have. I just can't stand these clock notes. I just... Another clock note. I don't know if it's just me or completely, or if it's the harmonica itself that partly that clogs the notes up for such an expensive instrument. I doubt it's the harmonica. See? Sorry about all these things, but I guess it's important to be aware. This is what's happening to me. It could happen to you, I suppose. So after you get done playing the things, definitely look at the maintenance part of it and clean them out. So anyway, that's the ARKIA harmonica, the Origin. I'm grateful for Jim Hawkins, Jim Hawkins, to send it to me. It's probably is the best harp I've ever played. With that said, though, when you learn how to play a harmonica, you learn how to play a harmonica. And some of them are definitely like the Youngbergs, definitely don't have the brightness, the tone, the response that something like this has, or a Marine band. And I'm hoping the East Tops, I've heard nothing but good things about them, have that same playability. because there's no need to spend a bunch of money on something like this until you really want to improve your playing to a point where, like, finesse. I mean, I'm not the most finesseful player, but I do try. I mean, it does feel like the thing is more airtight than other harmonicas. So there was no clogging up until the very end. There. See, that's when I ended it. And that must be how I'm playing with my loss of teeth. Thanks to being, whatever, yeah. I'll just say it. I was on methadone for years and it messed me up. Part of it was for pain, part of it was for addiction earlier on. Then it was for pain, and it was not a good drug to be on for so long. It gets into your bones, it gets into your teeth, it causes all kinds of problems. And now I can't play the harmonica as well as I used to in a way because I've lost these teeth here. The teeth create a dam keeping saliva out. But definitely, it's a beautiful, wonderful harmonica, and one to take care of, be very respectful of, and very grateful that Jim Hawkins sent it to me. I don't know if I'll get more, maybe someday, and I can afford it, maybe. I would like to have a whole set of these, actually, so I take it back. I would like to get more. Yes. I highly recommend the Origin ARKIA harmonica. That's not to say that the other harmonicas can't sound nearly as good, and it's not necessary to buy this very expensive harmonica. But if you play long enough and you feel that you deserve a full set of these guys, and after all, I mean, what is money for but to be spent on, at times, on those things that we feel that will improve our lives? And I think if you're a harmonica player, having a full set of ARKIA harmonicas will improve. Is that upside down? Well, whatever. I can read it the other way around. Anyway, I feel a full set of these would improve any harmonica player's lives. Yes, I do. So, with that, I'll say also one more time that there are other great harmonicas out there. The marine bands, of course, owners, anything, if they use the owner plate for their signature model. So, there's those, and then others. Like I said, I repeated this several times. I've heard nothing but good things about the East Top harmonicas. I'm looking forward to I am going to get a full set of those soon. Let's remember, though, that the masters that we love so much, the early players, DeFord Bailey, J. Coleman, all those Peg Leg Sams, all those guys, country, P4 harmonica players, Little Walters and Big Walters, and Sonny Boy 1 and 2, Blind Sam Myers, all the great harmonica players, Sonny Boys, you know, that we've all admired, they used Hohner marine bands. I think there weren't Hohner blues harps, there weren't at that time. So their magic sound came from the marine band. It came from themselves through the marine bands. There weren't these out there. So these aren't going to turn you into, you know, the next Little Walter. But they will enhance. They can enhance what you know how to do if you choose to. Because now we live in 2023. We don't live in the 1930s or 20s or 40s or 50s or 60s or whatever. We live now. And if this is a harmonica that's available and that's what you want to get, and you think it's just simply easier to play than other harmonicas. I remember a folklorist told me that we know most blues players, country blues players, they didn't have Martin guitars laying around, expensive Martin guitars. They had the cheap Sears and Roebuck guitars. I'm spacing the name out. They had, you know, harmonies, things like that, and cheap guitars, and they sounded great, you know. But this folklorist that was on the road with some of those people, including myself with R.L. Burnside, now he could take any guitar and turn it into a fine playing instrument. But Dave told me, or this folklorist told me, he said the people that he was out with, they loved playing his Martin. So that was an expensive guitar. So it's kind of similar. If Sonny Boy had a chance to play this thing over his marine band, he may very well, somebody giving him a bunch of these, chances are he'd play them. They just didn't exist, you know. So I'm just saying that given the opportunity, even though the guys that we loved so much played the Hohner marine bands, had they had this chance to play this harmonica, they very well may have chosen it. So, since we do have the chance, and if you can afford it, I recommend it. It's also a very cool instrument. It's got this little thing that comes out here. It just extends a little bit. It's just, it's got the black case. It's got the soft cover. It's just, it looks like, and also a white cover in there too. It looks like a total instrument, not a toy, which we know they're not. Anyway, I want to thank, once again, Jim Hawkins, also known as Jim Hawkins, for providing this harmonica to me. I'm sorry it took so long to open up the box and play it, but I just had to wait for that special day. just did that last little workout stuff for the last 5 minutes here, so I wanted y'all to get a better chance of what this thing was about. This is a way long video, so I'm just going to put on there the last 44 on, just about where you can hear the workout song. Thanks for checking it out. I hope you enjoyed it. Those that stuck around to the end, thank you very much. And I highly recommend the ARKIA harmonica. So long. This is the ARKIA Origin, and the more expensive one is the Signature. It's even better. Great harp. If you can afford it and want it, go for it. Won't go wrong with getting it. So wherever you're at in this world, morning, noon, night, day, whatever, be safe. And see you next time. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Do the thumbs up thing. There is the PayPal link too if you want to help support what we do here. Alright, so long y'all. Take care.